Hello and welcome to the University of Law. In today's video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this, which is Doctor Who A Dark Gallifrey, The War Master Part 3. So far on the channel I have reviewed all 6 episodes that have come out so far this year from Dark Gallifrey. This is the last of the 2024 releases. I think we've still got 3 years left of this project. So we're excited to see which Time Lords, which Dark Time Lords we see pop up in 2025. So without further ado, let's get this opened. So I'm just gonna peel that off. I do find these new. Here we go. I remember I used to have a little tab in there that you could peel off, but that's all done now. So let's get that rubbish over there. So let's have a look at this. So, let's start by looking at the artwork. So if I get it open, we've got the disc here. We've got an advert for all 5 editions of Dark Gallifrey that have been released so far this year. But let's have a closer look at the artwork on this booklet. Let's have a look. So we've got, of course, Captain John. We've got the War Master beneath Summerfield. We've got a TARDIS, which comes into play in this one, and also the War Doctor, or is it? We'll discuss this in the review. So first of all, let me make it very clear. Actually, let's look in the booklet. It's a nice big version of the artwork. I love how they're using the photograph now of the War Doctor rather than the... I did like it was always very nice oil painting work, but I do like a photographic cover. And we've got the credits there and cast list on the back. So, yeah, so this story wraps up the arc nicely. It's meant to be an epilogue to Dark Gallifrey. So far, in typical Doctor Who style, we've had the prologue with Morbius, and we've had the epilogue with the War Master. So obviously now everything else is sort of going to be the meat. So we've kind of set up what happens ultimately. There's like this abandoned Dark Gallifrey, and something's happened here. And of course the Doctor's definitely involved somehow, because his ghosts are everywhere. His ghost was present in terms of that Matrix projection in the Morbius storyline, and then in this one, the War Doctor again, kind of like a projection. So it's not actually the War Doctor. That was my only disappointment with this story. Was I've been waiting for years for a War Doctor, War Master, you know, not reunion because they've never met before, but not even a team up, but sort of a battle between those two characters. This isn't that, and it's technically not the War Doctor. But of course, that disappointment is what I brought to it myself. I think sometimes as Doctor Who fans, our expectation. And it's unfair to judge anything on your expectation. On reflection, I think it was a right decision in terms of it still leaves a big epic box set to have the 2 characters meet, either in the War Doctor or War Master ranges. So I think we still could get an epic story. They've done it now, so hopefully they can do it again. So as always say with these reviews, I don't judge a story on my expectations. I judge it on the merits of the story. And this was a classic, wonderful piece of James Goss writing. Obviously, performance-wise, all of our main guest stars, a particular shout-out to James Masters and Dirk Jacobi, as always, for fantastic performances. Great performances from Lisa Bauman, and, of course, a wonderful cameo there from Jonathan Carley. It's a classic James Goss story in the sense that it's very Douglas Adams style. It has that lovely humour running through it. That kind of, is it graduate jokes that they kind of call it, where it's kind of that intellectual humour. It's a real science fiction humour, and it's wonderful. There's some great bits with John and a TARDIS, and it all comes together really well at the end. And again, there are... With all the Dark Gallifrey stories, I don't feel I've had any answers yet, but it certainly builds the intrigue, and I think we are kind of imagine I mean, when it was announced, it was a completely fogged window, and I think with each successive release, it's a little bit less foggy. And I like that we're kind of slowly unfogging that window. And I think we might start getting more solid answers next year. But it's fun having these teasers of having it out of order and kind of seeing an epilogue and a prologue. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this story. I really enjoyed it. It was a really funny story, but satisfyingly so. It all came together really well. Writing was great, acting was great, direction was fantastic. As always, the sound design was phenomenal, artwork amazing, and I just hope that this is kind of a setup for there being a future full-on encounter between the War Doctor and the War Master. Hopefully in one of the War Doctor's new range where he gets these big, ultimate 3-disc, 3-hour stories. I'd love to see a 3-hour story between these two characters. What do you think? Do let me know your comments. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to speaking to you soon.